So one of my heroes is Captain Kirk from the Starship Enterprise, because he chose to boldly go where no man had gone before. He chose not to be stuck in orbit, but to expand, to explore, to discover some more. My name is Mr. 2020. You are listening to the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing and one thing only, the power of the wonderful human imagination, the power of vision. In a world where most people entertain argument, I invite you to expand and to explore. So let's dive in. Captain Kirk had attitude. He also had mission. He also had technology. And I'm not talking vision boards. So Captain Kirk, warp speed, he moved through the universe with his crew. And they had adventures. Oh, how many adventures did they have in such a short-lived original TV series that apparently is still alive today in some incarnation? It just keeps growing and going. And I suspect it's because of the spirit of expansion, of adventure, of discovery, of dance. So let's talk about being in orbit. Most people, most of the time, are in orbit. The gravity of a problem tends to keep them, predictable. Predictable is a function of math. You can make predictions with math. You can figure out probabilities with math. And I enjoy math, don't get me wrong, but you're not math, you're magical. And being magical, I've got a lovely little practice called Joseph Goddard to the max. There's going to be a link for it for you. Because every day you wake up, and when I wake up, whether it's in the morning, in the middle of the night, after my midday nap, my head rests on the pillow of possibility. It's the crown of the king for me. Because when I start discovering again that I have a body, and I do, so do you. You aren't your body. If you were your body, it'd be your history. And history repeats itself. But you're the mystery. You're the spark behind the eyes. And you get to go where no man has gone before. Unless you settle for gravity. Gravity being, here's my problem. Gravity being, this is what's probable. Gravity being that one thing that will solve all your problems. A special person, a lottery win. I'm not saying you can't have them. Hell, I'm married to Victoria. And yes, we've had some very substantial lottery winners in the groups over the years. They won't post about it because you guys go nuts about it. But I seem to digress. Your job is to entertain possibilities. To experience your desires as divine instructions. Invitations to go where you haven't before. And so it's my little Jogo practice. Here's a cool thing about it. It gets you really good at getting really fast. Before I get out of bed in the morning, I'm nailing 9 to 11, 12, 13 specific events of my day having gone my way. One of them is this podcast. Let me know if it gives to you. Because I imagine recording something worth listening to. And I imagine writing something worth reading. And I imagine having a great call with a client this morning. And I imagine going to the pool and crushing it. And I imagine all these specific events of my day having gone my way. Joseph Goddard style. Joseph was Neville's dad. He used to do it in his burpees chair every morning. I discovered something pretty cool, the pillow of possibility. Because a lot of people lay in bed and they ruminate about what they hate, and they ruminate about what frustrates them, and they ruminate. And if they manage to stop doing that, they just fantasize. They fantasize. And I'm inviting you to feel it real using a very specific formula in Joseph Goddard to the max. You can experiment with it on your own, but in an 8-minute podcast, there's only so much I can share. That pack is huge, and it's not full of any puff. It's exactly the right size to give you exactly the right details that you need so that you can have daily wins. You can build immense confidence. And the best part, you'll notice that your imaginal acts become very simple and speedy. You don't need to repeat them for years. That's called being in orbit. Think about it. The Earth keeps spinning around the sun, and a lot of people manifest for years. They're in orbit, and I invite you to go where no man has gone before. So, let's imagine something yummy as we go into the silence. Hey, you might notice my voice still is not up to par. I'm not a fan of excuses. I'm a fan of excellence. My friend Jim asked me about this. And so I thought, you know what, let me make a recording and share what needs shared. That way, a lot of people get blessed. I could have just typed away a little bit and hoped he got it. Instead, I decided to give this to you too. Sharing is caring. Thank you for listening to the Power of Imagination podcast. My name is Mr. 2020. We explore one thing and one thing only here, the power of vision, the power of the wonderful human imagination. If you got cold today, I really would love if you got josephgoddardtothemax.com. You can save $20. Click there now. Have a great day. See ya.